I guess with this video, it's really more of a summary of the Champions League final with Liverpool and Tottenham, and then just talking about bits and pieces of stuff that happened before the game, and just a general summarization of certain things. But before I go into that, the reason that there wasn't a video dropping on the Sunday is very simple. To be honest with you, I was working on the Saturday and had the task of trying to find a table for the group of us that was going to the bar to watch the game. Now, I hadn't had lunch since about 12:30, which during that day, so I hadn't had food from that point. And then we obviously went to the pub. I couldn't get food because I didn't have a table. I was sitting at a shelf just chatting. I was chatting with someone that's the same boat as me, trying to get himself a table, and couldn't get food. So eventually there was like a table of there's a table of some older women, and they were there, just having dinner and Saturday and all that. And we managed to get that table, but by that point, of course, the game's about to start. So I've had no food, and I've had a fair few pints by this point. And then when it comes to like the point of where you've had obviously quite a few drinks, and you just think, right, well, I need to go. It was I felt that if I had food after that, I would have felt really bad. So because I'd obviously had quite a few drinks, and I had quite a bit I hadn't had any food, and which ended up being nearly 24 hours. It would just been completely impossible for me to really have done any kind of video of any kind of sort on the Sunday. It would have just been a complete disaster. Sorry to obviously kind of bore you with just the kind of backstory, but just to kind of explain, this is why it's maybe not going to be kind of so smooth. But before the game, of course, one of the biggest things that were talked about was Harry Kane going to be fit, and if he was going to be fit, then we all knew he was going to start. But for me, as soon as I heard that he was going to start and Lucas Moura was dropped, I thought, big mistake. Lucas Moura was the player that got Tottenham to the final. His performance against Ajax in that second leg was outstanding. He scored a hat-trick. I mean, what more do you have to do to start a game? Harry Kane has missed the last 3 or 4 months, maybe not quite, but definitely at least 3 months of football, and it's suddenly fit because it's a Champions League final. He certainly didn't look fit. Very selfish of him, in my opinion. I mean, I've not got a high opinion of him anyway, with the whole claiming a goal that he never touched, and yeah, I'm probably going to get slagged for that because people, are on his side because he's England's great white hope. But I'm not a big fan of him, and I think Tottenham actually played as a team in the Champions League, and for a point in the league as well, while Harry Kane was injured. Then when he came back, it's like they tried to put everything through him again. And listen, he's a fantastic player. I'm not going to take that away from him. But I really don't think it's actually be that big a disaster for Tottenham if they lost him. I think they cashed in on him, and they got maybe like another younger striker in. Like Jovic has gone to Real Madrid. Somebody like that. Maybe not someone exactly like that, but someone of that kind of ilk. It could be that man that can really do something up top for them. So I thought it was really poor decision by Pochettino to drop Lucas Moura. I mean, bringing on if you brought Kane on from if Tottenham were behind, then by all means that makes perfect sense. But Lucas Moura should have started, and when he came on, I think he came on about the hour mark roughly. I mean, I could be wrong about that. This isn't prepared. I'm just speaking, in general. Tottenham finally kind of started playing. They finally started to have produced some saves from Alisson. Alisson was absolutely outstanding, man of the match for me. Some real brilliant goalkeeping. There was also a brilliant bit of defending by Virgil van Dijk. I think it was actually against Lucas Moura. I think Lucas Moura looked like he had him beat, and Virgil van Dijk somehow gets back to the ball and gets it away because Lucas Moura had a clean run and goal, and if he's got a decent finishing ability, I think he probably could have made it 1-1 at that point. I know I'm kind of skipping ahead because I've not even discussed how Liverpool got to 1-0 up, but we all know how it happened anyway. I'm just giving you a little bit of a backstory. So the game starts, and pretty much instantly Liverpool play the ball forward, and the ball finds its way. I'm pretty sure it's Mane. Mane tries to chip the ball up, and Sissoko has his arm in the. He doesn't have his arm in the air, but he has his arm. It's not by his side. It's kind of out like this, and the ball hits him, and a penalty is given. Now, for me, when I see it first time around, I think no, it's not a penalty. Second, third time, not a penalty. And I was just convinced it wasn't a penalty, and I was saying to anyone that would listen, it wasn't a penalty. So I've got the BT broadband. I had a look on BT Sports because someone said to me it hits his chest and it rolls down his arm, and I was like, no, it doesn't. And then I watched it, and it does. There's one view you see it one, two, three times, and you think not a penalty. You see it the fourth time. Listen, it is harsh on Sissoko. It hits his chest, but you do see it rolls down his arm, and it was a penalty. I mean, it was harsh. It was harsh on Tottenham, but any player should know that when you're in the box, you don't kind of put your arm up because if it hits it, you're going to be susceptible to conceding a penalty. I mean, it was harsh on him because it doesn't hit his arm initially, but it does roll down it, and it was a correct decision. And Mohamed Salah, talk about redemption story. He, I think we can all agree, deliberately injured by Sergio Ramos in the final last season, and that really affected Liverpool. That and obviously the really poor performance by Loris Karius. I mean, this was a story of redemption for Liverpool. Liverpool deserved this. Jurgen Klopp deserved this as well. Jurgen Klopp won the league with Borussia Dortmund, lost a Champions League final against Bayern Munich with Borussia Dortmund, lost the Europa League final with Liverpool against Sevilla, although Sevilla are specialists in that tournament, so that almost to be expected. Lost the Champions League final last year against Real Madrid because Karius was really so poor and Salah nearly gets his arm broken. And this was a redemption story. Liverpool deserved this. So Liverpool, the best team to finish second in a league season, I think not just in the Premier League, must be surely a league season. They lost one league game all season. I think they did lose a couple of games in the Champions League certainly, and the cups were obviously pretty poor. But Liverpool deserved this. For the season they've had, they really deserved this. I mean, fair play to Tottenham for making it, but as soon as Liverpool scored, Tottenham were pressing Liverpool. They were pressing them all apart, dominating the game. But there was just no kind of penetration. Harry Kane was completely uninvolved, just firmly in Virgil van Dijk's pocket. I mean, Virgil van Dijk might want to check his pocket because Kane's probably still in there. Just they pressed Liverpool really. They pressed Liverpool really well. Liverpool were pretty poor in the night. But defensively, they were excellent. Virgil van Dijk was brilliant. Alisson was brilliant. He made several really good late saves. I think he actually made a double save. Just that's the difference between a world class goalkeeper and a keeper like Mignolet and Karius, and that was obviously the missing piece of the puzzle because Liverpool had Virgil van Dijk at that point, but the missing piece of the puzzle was obviously a top goalkeeper, and Klopp's got to take the blame for that. But they've certainly got the right keeper now in Alisson, tremendous goalkeeper. So Tottenham, you'd say, kind of pressing. They didn't really look like they were going to do anything until Lucas Moura came on about the hour mark. That's when they started to kind of, I wouldn't even say penetrate, they started to create some chances. There was a really good effort at goal from, pretty sure it was Trent Alexander-Arnold. It was, yeah, just whistled past the post of Lloris. Might have been the first half. Yeah, it would have been the first half, so I'm thinking about it with Origi's goal. And then Divock Origi comes on for Liverpool. Came off was Roberto Firmino, who, again, like Kane, didn't really look fit, but Roberto Firmino, I mean, he's actually probably the most important part of the three between him, Salah and Mane. So, I mean, you would always start him, but he didn't really look like he was really up for it either. And when Divock Origi came on, and I know people are going to not believe this, but I said this, and then a curse word on Divock Origi to score the next goal, put the house on it. And doesn't obviously do it right away, but you could see he was really up for it. But Divock Origi doesn't score a lot of goals, but he does look quite good for Liverpool when he plays, and the goals he scored were all really important. If Liverpool won the league, those goals he scored in the league were really important. But they also came so close, they only lost it by 1 point. The goals against Barcelona were incredibly important because it was a huge part, along with Gini Wijnaldum, that got them to the final. And yeah, Divock Origi did it. Really cool composed finish actually as well. He's in the box, he's got plenty of time and space, and it's a really cool finish into the bottom corner, and it was a second goal for Liverpool, and that completely sealed the sixth European Cup. Tremendous achievement, tremendous season by Liverpool. I mean, it could have been even better. They could have had a league title as well. Just unfortunately, it would have been the same for Manchester City though. Unfortunately, when two teams are just completely at it, it's really unfortunate one of them has to lose, but all credit to Liverpool. They were poor in the night going forward. Defensively excellent. Virgil van Dijk was outstanding as always. Trent Alexander-Arnold was brilliant. Robertson was brilliant. Matip was good as well, and some tremendous goalkeeping from Alisson. But yeah, Liverpool fully deserve it, and Klopp deserves it as well. I think he's lost something like four European finals on the bounce before that. That would be right? Was it three or four? But his record in finals wasn't great, so he'll be glad to get that hoodoo out of the way. So well done to Liverpool, say fully deserved, and they'll go again for next season. I mean, it's very difficult to see where they're going to improve their team because it's such a good team. Tottenham Hotspur, I think it's very obvious they need a bit of depth. If they lose Christian Eriksen, then that's an incredible loss. But the rumour is that Levy is going to back Pochettino next season, because it seems like Pochettino will stay. So we'll see what happens with Tottenham. I mean, can they build upon this, or are they going to kind of just be a top four team? I guess we'll see. Liverpool, as I say, it's very difficult to see where they are going to develop. I mean, you're going to probably see players like Milner and Daniel Sturridge leave. And Milner, I think, has certainly served his purpose, and he's well deserved in the Champions League medal. Such a hard-working player. Daniel Sturridge, very unlucky with injuries. It'd be interesting to see where he goes next. But yeah, congratulations to Liverpool. Tremendous achievement winning the 6th European Cup, and that is it.